Welcome back, disc golf fans. You are watching the 2023 Grip Equipment Kansas City Wide Open presented by Dynamic Discs. This is the FPO Round 2 Back 9 coverage from Central Coast Disc Golf. I'm Holland Hanley. I'm here with Allie Smith.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we've got a pretty solid front nine. We've got a little battle brewing. Allie has held on to her lead. She now shares it with Hannah, and then she's got Lisa just one stroke back, and myself and Casey Pennington sitting at 2 over par. Still half the tournament to go. Plenty of golf to play. Let's see what happens.
See how it shakes out. Hole 10, we're going from the short pad. This is 336 feet, and I believe we're all going for the pin here. There's OB. A big OB patch in the middle, but it's big enough that making the layup play doesn't reward you with a par. It makes for a tough shot. So we're just trying to throw something backhand, hyzering in towards the pin. I believe, we'll see what our wind's like.
Yeah, I think our wind was kind of opposite of what that drone flyover saw. Stuff kind of getting smacked today.
Yeah, a little tailwind kind of looks like. But
yeah, tailwind.
Executed wonderfully from Hannah.
Yep, she'll be at about 15 feet for her birdie putt.
I'm going to be throwing my one of my 4 green discs, just a go-to torrent driver for me.
Do you find you have extra trouble finding your discs when you do throw them in the rough? Not that you ever throw them in the rough.
Yes, but I love a green disc.
Oh, really? Interesting. Well, you didn't throw it in the rough there, so easy to find, just along the basket, in the circle, putting for birdie.
And I try to hang it out a little bit to the right side, as Holland mentioned in round 1, that the right side has a little bit more space on the green. Lisa trusting this little flex line.
Oh, yeah, that looked a little high to me, but yeah, she's out of bounds, and unfortunately she's out of bounds short, so she will only get to advance about halfway up the fairway.
That OB really makes for a difficult hole if you don't make the green.
Yeah, I know we mentioned it in the front nine, but it's a common theme on this course that if you're going to miss, you need to miss deep. Casey, unfortunately, kind of pulls that one over to the right side. She'll be high on the hill.
She's got tough footing here because she's, like I said, on the hill, and her front foot slips right out from her. But her approach stays, and she circles edge there.
I'm almost surprised to not see her go to the forehand. She's been throwing it so well.
I agree.
And, kind of lets you have a little bit easier footing and finish a little bit more towards the basket with the hill.
We were having a conversation here. I think the spotter gave Lisa a little bit to the right up on the hill, and we were just giving her a little bit better footing than where we thought the disc landed out of bounds.
Yeah, important thing to remember for any folks at home maybe playing a tournament with spotters. What the player says still does go based on the PDGA rules. So if you're ever unsure, always ask your card mates.
And it hit the band for Casey there. Try to save her bogey. And put in my birdie putt to get the back 9 started. Lisa taking an extra breath, as she did find out of bounds on her drive, and no problem putting in that bogey putt. This is Hannah's birdie putt. She had a great drive. Dead center, no problem. You can see those clouds are forming. They're pretty dark, but then it's light on this side for Casey.
Yeah. All day it was kind of teasing us. There were a couple of times where it started spitting.
It did.
I won't call it rain, but it was spitting.
Hole 11, the drone is going to fly the left gap. You want to go on the left side of the big tree, but on maybe the right side of this gnarly tree right in between by the tee pad. Trying to get something that's going to finish towards the basket. The gravity slopes from left to right and can kind of pull your disc to the out of bounds to the right. But if you go too stable and early, you will find out of bounds left or out of bounds long if you commit too much. There is a hyzer gap I think we're going to see Hannah throw here. It's pretty wide open as they've cleared for the MPO to throw this hole.
Yeah, personally, I think if you got the power, this is the line. The gap's massive, and this hill will kind of catch it for you. There really wasn't too much wind to speak of today on this hole.
It's a beautiful shot. I've played from this tee pad so many times. I trust hitting this gap. I haven't thrown that hyzer too many times. I throw it a little low, but I execute the shot, so I'm happy with that. I know I might have a birdie putt, but most likely pitching up.
Oh, and Lisa finds the teeth on this hole. Fortunately, she stays inbounds. She's center fairway. Should have a pretty manageable up and down.
Yeah, you want to get out of this initial gap. That is the key.
Oh, gosh, and that was the mean kick. Is that out of bounds, or is she short of the out of bounds?
It's not. The out of bounds, yes, does not start until the big evergreen tree on the left. You can see it now. And she's just pitching out to kind of where Lisa's drive landed. Lisa will approach first. Puts it out high and wide. See if she can stick the hill. Yeah, checks up nicely.
And Casey basically with the same shot here.
A little early.
Yeah, she's got a tester there. She'll be just on the edge of circle.
With a deathy downhill putt. I want nothing to do with it, so I just spin it under the basket. You can see it's kind of a headwind there. And I even went to my breaker instead of a putter just to trust it sticking. Left to right. Wind. Puts it up.
Nice.
And great correction for Casey. The last few holes she's been all around the banner, the trapper. I didn't look it up. I didn't look up the name.
Yeah, we weren't sure if the technical name was trapper. Maybe maybe one of our viewers can let us know in the comments.
For birdie.
Yeah.
Dead center. Hannah has been right in the middle of the basket in the perfect sweet spot on her putt today. She's starting 2 down on the back 9 here. Great start. And Lisa putting in her par. I will be doing the same, dropping in a par. A little cameo, that would be my caddy Mary. Use our head there. Checking in.
Such a nice head.
Right. Hole 12, par 4, 543 feet. We've got a straight gap to hit off the tee. You can see they've cut down the hardest tree right there. That really made this gap tough to hit. If your disc finishes a little bit to the left at the end of its flight, that's okay as long as it's not getting off this fairway. Really landing in this spot would be ideal so that you can have a clear shot up to the basket. We're finding ourselves going down the hill before we're going up the hill. This is a tough par 4, but if you have 2 straight solid shots, you can find yourself inside the circle, putting for birdie.
Yeah, this has been playing as one of the more difficult holes. While the shot shape off the tee is not crazy difficult, if you do happen to hit early, it can be tricky to scramble to get up and down and save par.
A little high, catches a little leaves.
Yeah, she needs this to get down. She'll be off on the left side a little bit, but she may be able to maybe do a little pitch out forehand, maybe advance up the fairway.
Just trying to throw a fairway driver. I feel really good about it. Oh, I didn't see which tree that hit.
I thought you were going to hit the tree in front of that
I
one,
also thought that was what I had hit.
That leaner tree kind of got you. That was a little sneaky.
Kicks me out into the rough a little bit. Kind of where I was in round 1.
And this looks perfect from Lisa. Just needs it to check up. Kind of a common area to end up is this weird little bubble on the left side. But she's close enough to the fairway that she should have a little backhand hyzer. This looks good from Casey if it can just finish. Looks like she gets a little kiss off the tree. Again, a little bit on the left side, but she's been doing great with those little forehand touch approaches. So
Right.
Oh, you've got a pretty good line here.
I've got room. There might be a tree in my way, but I should be able to I'm just chipping as far as I possibly can. So I went with the driver just for gap hitting and distance.
Yeah, Casey making sure she's got plenty of room to swing the sidearm through.
I think she's trying to Annie it around that bent tree to climb the hill.
Oh, just wide. Keep turning. Yeah, I saw the gap she was going for. She put that just a little bit too high.
And Hannah went back and forth if she was going to throw patent pending forehand for a good 29 seconds before she threw it on her 30th. Lisa is in a great position for her forehand, and that's similar to what Casey was trying to execute, and it's...
Yeah, she got the height and a lot more Anheuser angle. You got to be aggressive with those shots. You got to throw them kind of hard, otherwise they're going to kind of get soft and fade out on you.
Exactly.
And then you go wide of these two trees, which is what you got to do from that position.
Just a little long, circle's edge.
You're better a little too hot than not.
Exactly right. We were saying be long rather than short. I hit the gap. I didn't have to... I have a putt.
Yeah, Casey's in a tricky spot. And she, just pitches out, takes her medicine.
There's no way out. Even a forehand roller isn't going to find... There's two big evergreens there. So smart play for Casey.
Oh, she gave that a little bid. She's like, I'm tired of taking these bogeys.
And a patent pending here for Hannah. She's really close. You can see the circle 2 whisker at the bottom left of your screen.
Yep, she just pitches that up. And tap in. Then here you've got a birdie putt.
It's a, is it?
Or is it a
it's
par
a par
putt?
putt. A little low.
And now it's a bogey.
Now it's bogey putt.
I'll go. It's pretty much similar.
I'm okay with the bogey on 12. Lisa, on the other hand, is absolutely not. Let's see if she can convert on this birdie.
Easy
Problem.
She's one of 4 birdies on the day. She joins Vanessa Van Dyken, Shelby Dutton, and Holly Finley.
Way to go. 4. I think that's... Did we only have 1 yesterday?
1 or 2, I think. Yeah.
So.
And I think Lisa was one of them.
Yeah. She replicated
So
exactly what she did
She's
yesterday.
got this hole pretty dialed, I would say.
Plonk.
Little lefty putt.
Yeah. It's we can see we've got our umbrellas out. It started to spit, as Holland said earlier, so I've got my right hand in my pocket, keeping it dry. Let's see how we're doing after 12 holes. Hannah has taken the lead, 3 down in the event. And Lisa, myself in second, Lisa is in third.
Trilogy Challenge is back, y'all. You get 3 discs,
The Retro Orbit Pure.
Tournament Ice Orbit Warship.
Fusion, Ice, Orbit, Vandal. Are you ready to hit the course with these 3 discs?
Go check out thrillerchallenge.com.
We are back, hole 13. It's a par 3, 364 feet. Tall grass is surrounding this hole left and right. You're going to see most of the competitors throwing something, a mid-range, a slow disc, or a putter into this landing zone. And then taking another slow disc and approaching the basket. We do see some people trying to go for it. I think Holland's trying to go for this one.
You bet I'm trying to go for this one. I didn't get it today.
Okay.
But, you know, I'll probably try again tomorrow.
You should.
That was very close.
I can't wait to watch it tomorrow. Let's see. Lisa's going to go forehand. I like that play.
Oh, this looks high.
Our catch cam is
Green
kind of
flag.
yeah.
There we
Catch
go.
cam is kind of behind the basket, so there is an opening where she just threw to.
Yeah, this looks pretty perfect from Hannah. A little left, but
Safe.
fine.
It's inbounds.
In is in.
I'm just throwing a mid range, and I throw it so high into the air.
Oh no!
Yeah, no chance.
That feels
It's-
bad.
yeah, that
Feels
was-
bad to lay up and,
it's so
and
bad.
miss.
This has been my nemesis hole. I've actually
Really?
bogeyed it in the last year a lot. We'll see. Casey with a layup. Perfect. Right in position. Not too far left here. And inbounds. Lisa was close to that out of bounds line. She's going to go forehand again. I like that choice. 2 forehand layups.
Yeah, there's tons of room on the left side of the basket, so really smart to just kind of swing it out, trust her putt. Oh, this looks way right. Come back. Yeah, very nice. It's a little scary to get over there. That's if you can aim at that red flag and keep it high enough, you generally do come back in. But the corn, is it not corn? It's grass, whatever kind
I know.
of grass.
I call it corn every single time,
I call
too.
it. Why do we call it corn? It's not
Because
corn.
it's tall. I don't know. Casey puts it well inside the circle. I can't even see the basket from where I'm at. And I leave it a little long, but in the circle. And there it is for Casey. Beautiful par. Well done.
Yeah, nice to kind of stop the bleeding after a few bogey strokes.
Hannah for her par.
Let's go.
Very
Dead
nice.
center on the pole.
It's looking good today, man.
It sure has. I'll step up to my putt. Yeah, inside the circle here. I've already gone OB. And I take that bogey. I was a little scared of that putt.
Yeah, I mean, with good reason. I don't know how the wind was for you guys, but for us, we did have a nice little breeze, a little headwind off the tee. There were 0 birdies, 0 people in circle 1 in regulation again today. I think most of the field is just laying up. So it'll be interesting to see if we keep this hole going forward, if the entire field kind of decides to not go for it.
Right. Lisa taking an extra second. And she needed it. Dead center, no problem. And she always tells us, she's like, just need an extra second on that one. You know, she's just letting us
You
know.
know what you need, you know?
Hole 14, par 4. I love this hole. I love it from the short pad or the long pad. We're flying from the short pad for FPO. We're looking to get something around this clump of trees on our right. It is all out of bounds. The tall grass lining the left side of the fairway is also out of bounds. A forehand or a backhand slight turnover. And you'll be having a downhill approach to this elevated basket. There is a yucky lake behind. If you're going to throw a forehand, make sure you're putting it in the right place so that you're getting a proper skip towards the basket, not too far or not at all.
Yeah, there's kind of that dirt patch just low and right of the basket. If you're looking at it from up the fairway, and if you hit that, guaranteed out of bounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hannah throws a beautiful turnover. Cut rolled a little bit, but like a cut skipped. So she is well down the fairway. Lisa actually first round was like, I'm laying up, and she did. And so round 2, she, after watching round 1, she's like, I could do that. And so she went for it on her drive here, and
Yeah,
no
she
problem.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, Lisa. Oh, kind of rolled her wrist on that one.
She's safe and can see
Yeah.
the basket from that position just a little further than she'd like.
Yeah, the forehand did have a nice little helping wind. If you can just expose the flight plate, there is a nice crosswind to just kind of carry you down past the corner. As you do nicely, pushing that backside, you've got a nice wide open look to the basket.
Casey throws a nice hyzer flip, turning.
That looks a little early.
Oh, she got a tree kick.
Yeah, just a little overturned there, unfortunately.
Out of bounds, she finds.
And Lisa not kind of underturning this one, so she's got a birdie putt, but it's very scary.
Throwing my zone forehand.
I know that zone.
Yeah, you gave it to me. Chipping it up. I was a little scared from my position. I couldn't see. That looked OB.
You got quite a bit of room if you actually get pin high.
You do.
Down there. It's if you're short, kind of where Casey landed, that it gets really scary.
And that is also safe in bounds. That was one of Hannah's first forehands. I think she threw one or two.
She had a couple little scramble Annie forehands.
Right.
It's looking good.
Oh, yeah.
The FPO is really stepping it up with the forehands. You're seeing it more on approach shots, but I bet give it a year and you'll see people smashing them 300 out to 350 even.
Right.
As they start to dial it in.
It's plausible. Lisa wants no part in that and wisely just throws it right under the basket.
Very smart. And yeah, you're in like the common spot. It seems like every putt on this is a circle's edge putt.
Right. With the water behind to the right. Flag is not moving. I'll take that. I wanted that putt. I missed it yesterday. I hit the basket, and I knew I could birdie that one, and very happy to
Yeah, that one
connect.
feels good to grab.
Hannah's just a step inside, similar to my putt. A little more parallel to the water.
Yeah, a little less deathy, but I mean, still elevated,
Right.
very, very exposed. Oh, dang, and she gives it too much height. That's not a putt you expect to miss high.
No. Usually you'd think
And
you would.
she's
miss
fortunate
low.
that it sits there. That was kind of looking like it was going to run towards the water, but it sits down just outside the bullseye.
And she is still out. You can see the other two discs under the basket. And she landed in a little dewy spot right there. You can see her wipe her disc off.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it got stuck to her hand.
Oh, no. Surprised she doesn't do the two putter thing.
Right.
You know, you'll see a lot of pros having a putter in their offhand, and it's generally for that reason. So if you do have to putt again, you don't have to use the dirty putter. You can just use one that's clean. You don't have to worry about wiping it off. It looks like she went and grabbed a clean putter out of her bag.
She did.
While she had a break.
And her mini.
And her mini. Oh, man. Sit down.
Yeah, we were calling for that to sit down. That was going to be punishing if that rolled OB.
There she is. Dang, she went from birdie to double bogey. But she's got a smile on her face. That's good. That's good mental game right there. You were the only birdie on the day.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well,
Ooh,
now you do.
ooh. Lisa with she's not scared, but if you rewind that one, it danced on the rim. I did not know it was the only birdie. Cool. And Hannah knows what she needs to correct. She just didn't dry her putter off. She's notorious for having a wet hand. Hole 15, par 3, 288 feet. We're flying the left gap. You're going to throw a forehand here, maybe a forehand chip to chip across the water again. You're also going to see competitors throw the right-hand backhand gap. In my opinion, is a little more difficult to reach the basket. I think the forehand is also very difficult to reach the basket with the trees that are obstructing and the water that's looming. I think we're trying to get out of here with par. So let's see what we can do. I've got just a slow zone. I want no part of the water, just chipping it up around into the open spot.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's actually going for the pin this gap. I mean, I definitely tried it in practice.
You can.
So I've got a pink Z Raptor sitting in the bottom of that pond. And this is kind of the line I've seen most people going, is just trying to take something overstable through this right gap and give yourself a circle 2 putt. That's probably the best drive I've seen from that line. And Casey did birdie it yesterday. She got a little sneaky through the inside trees. Got a little fortunate, but today she actually did hit the line as intended. And then Hannah going backhand through that forehand line. That's an
Right.
interesting choice.
I think she was trying to turn that a little bit more, but it kind of gets a nose-up spin instead.
Yeah, this is a scary shot. She's messing with these trees. Ugh.
And just squares it up and gets the solid kick straight back into the water. She will get to take it on the other side of the water as she hit the tree. Lisa going over.
Oh my gosh, dang. And she crossed in, looks like.
Close, very close. And that line, the water has sunk in the month they put the paint down.
Yeah, that's the scary thing about going that way. Because at least, going the backhand line, if you're a little off, you're scrambling over dry land. But if you're a little off on that left gap, you're scrambling over water still. So it doesn't really alleviate the danger.
So the card agreed that she did not cross
Okay.
in. She hit kind of the line. She was the first to admit that she did not think it crossed in.
Mm-hmm.
Soft bid, but not to be birdie there. So unfortunately, no birdies on the card, or on the FPO field for round 2.
Yeah, it's a tough one for sure. Would love to see someone just like peer that sidearm line on the left side, but I feel like if you're not doing it and I'm not doing it, I don't know if anyone's
I
doing
don't
it.
think so.
At least not this weekend.
Another time, yeah.
Yeah, there's certainly women on tour
We can,
who can and probably would.
definitely. I'm tapping in a par there.
Oh no, Casey. She looks back at the gallery. I wonder, did someone talk in her backswing maybe?
Yeah, yes, yeah. Volunteer just happened to talk in the backswing. He was trying to help get a disc out of the water. It was unfortunate timing.
Yeah, you really should just wait until everyone's tapped out, but oh well. Take a look. After 15 holes at our leaderboard, Allie has regained the solo lead. We've got Hannah 2 strokes back, Lisa 1 back of that, and myself at 3 back. So you're starting to pull away a little bit.
A little bit, okay. Hole 16, par 4. You got a large uphill climb to start off with some OB on the left, roughage on the right. You're trying to climb this hill as much as possible to hopefully see the basket because it starts to slope down. You can now see the flag as the drone is flying towards it. Mostly we're seeing backhand drives and then any approach to the basket you want to land hopefully short to get a soft skip or soft landing at the base of the basket and not rolling too far long or being too far short.
Yeah, interesting little approach there because it really is a distance and an angle control and height control kind of shot. I like it. It's simple but actually surprisingly technical. And that looks just a little bit low out of your hand.
Just
there.
low. Yep.
Yeah.
I was trying too hard to get power into it and left it low, but it's in the middle, so that's okay.
It's like Casey, opposite problem, trying to get power on it, kind of yanks it wide into the right side. And this looks really great from Lisa. Good height, good flip up.
Thank you.
Not quite to the crest of the hill,
But climbed a lot of
but
it.
she got plenty of distance. Yeah, she should be able to manage an up and down from there. And this is tracking a little left, but checks up just before that out OB line.
Safe. Yep. We will move forward.
Oh, that's a
Casey.
great shot from Casey.
Stand still, kind of a patent pending over the hill.
Yeah, and she should be able to see the basket from there. So
Great
really,
power.
really nice scramble shot.
I cannot see the basket or the flag. I'm just going for a little flip up forehand just to avoid the out of bounds.
A little short.
A little short. I thought I was going to be long, so
Yeah,
that's okay.
I love the sidearm approach here. You don't have to. You're gonna get a lot of lateral kind of ground movement if you go with something overstable. And what's nice is you can leave it wider on the forehand side.
Exactly.
Although Lisa makes a good case for the backhand line. She's sitting about 25 feet.
Let's go. Come
Do it.
Hannah also looking like, oh,
Ooh, she kind
that
of
flashed it.
buzzed the basket a little
Sure
bit.
did.
Came in a little hot, but she's got something nice and stable, so she does not drift down the hill. She'll have a circle's edge putt back up the hill at the basket. Great touch from Casey.
And you're right, she could see the basket from that scramble out of the woods.
It helps a lot. It's just like with the depth perception, just a little off there for you, but
Got
you
lucky
stay
that did not
close.
cut roll down
Yeah.
down the hill. Yeah, stay close. Should be able to clean up a par. And this is Lisa's birdie look, I believe. No problem. Walks that in. Great birdie. And after going a little long,
Nice.
great conversion. That's awesome for Hannah there.
Yeah, it's great. She didn't let those putting woes on 14 stick with her. Comes right back. Banks big circle's edge putt.
What a great scramble for Casey. Good par. And a par for myself. Move on to hole 17. Hole 16 last year we played all the way to the MPO. It was MPO's basket. It was tough.
I'm sure. I mean, it looks picturesque, but I could see maybe the flow of the tournament layout.
Hole 17. We've got a dog leg left. You have to hit a tight gap off the tee, hoping to get your disc to fade left of this tree that is bending to the left. Somewhere in the sunlight would be awesome. To maybe a little to the right to hopefully get up this hill. Oh, you got to fight gravity somehow. Find a way through all of these trees to give yourself some sort of look for a birdie or a par.
Yeah, it's only 461 feet, but very technical.
Very technical.
And Lisa just pulls that right, but she stays in the fairway. Gonna be really tough to get up and down for a birdie there, but par should be manageable.
Right.
And that's yanked.
Little right. Yep. Oh, but a
What?
great
What
reaction.
an insane reaction.
Okay.
She must have hit like a log or a root or something over there. Yeah, and he pulled that just a
Just a
little
little
wide
right.
as well.
Yep.
Not too bad of a kick though.
Trying to do kind of like a swinging hyzer. It's
Yeah.
kind of, and it swings out too wide. But Casey puts that disc on a hyzer,
Wow.
Gets a
She got
skip,
so far down there.
turns around the other spectators,
That's
says,
crazy.
wow.
And hey, you can see our chase card right there putting out.
Amazing. So I've got some work to do. Trying to get something stable to cut the corner left. Behind the tree a little bit, but I'm where I wanted to be. Hannah's got her eyes in a different location.
So she's trying to cut the corner a little bit. It doesn't quite get around. That's gonna be tricky.
Lisa's drive puts her in not too bad of a spot.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That's not. That
And
was
catches
brutal.
a late tree, kicks her to the right down from the basket. So I've got a forehand around this tree to get up the hill. I'm going for a little less stable disc to try to get it to flip. It does a little bit, and it puts me in the circle's edge. So I'll be able to approach or try to save a par.
Okay, Hannah's got a little bit more of a window than I thought. She's just gonna do pop a little Annie flick. She'll be just outside of circle one.
And that's out of her comfort zone. She doesn't want to throw the forehand. She doesn't have to.
You know, she should though. It's coming along.
It was
really
great. It was a
nicely.
great shot.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean the release is really clean, and I mean that's the key with forehands is you can get the clean release. You can very quickly develop a good forehand from there.
We talked over Casey throwing a perfect, just easy putter shot straight to the basket. I think she's in the bullseye. Just step outside the bullseye.
Great putt.
What a putt for Hannah.
Let's go.
What a save.
It's a great par save there. That was outside the circle, I believe.
Yeah, it was. It was a step outside, quite a bit uphill.
A little fist bump, feeling good about that.
Yeah, the little hop down the hill. I love it.
I've got to go next. And that feels really good to save that par. I was really, really feeling that putt. Loved making that. And this is for Lisa's par as well. Yes. And
in for par.
And after a fabulous drive, straightforward upshot, we are left with this for Casey's birdie attempt. No problem. The confident dead center putt. Love to see that on 17 for Casey.
Yeah, beautiful. She was one of 2 birdies on the day. The other birdie was Virginia Polkinghorn.
Yeah, Virginia. She's a 5-time junior world champion.
What?
She's amazing. She's coming for our gig. Yes.
All right. Well, congrats, Virginia.
Hole 18 finishes up par 5. You're looking to throw a hyzer to land somewhere up on this hill towards the left. You could be inside. That's okay. They've cleared a lot out for us to make an approach shot to this landing bubble zone here. You see a lot of tall grass that we're going to have to navigate over to hopefully put us right next to the basket to give us a birdie opportunity for a 4. There's a lot of OB, but there's also a lot of safe land you can find.
Yeah, we've got one more of these don't be short holes.
Don't be short. Exactly. That's a good theme. Casey does step 1, which is throw the drive up on top of the hill.
You know, this hole and a few other holes here almost remind me of Winthrop a little bit. You know,
could
the
see
way
that.
of they're pretty straightforward shots that everyone can execute, but ooh, if you happen to miss one in the wrong place, you can take a massive number.
So Lisa catches that tree on the left early and is going to have to approach from there.
Oh, that was wide.
Too straight.
That was way too straight.
Yeah. She threw it with some power because we're going pretty uphill. So I actually changed to a different green disc, a little more stable after seeing Hannah do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of no reason to not try to land left.
Yes.
I mean, it does make the approach a little longer depending on where you land, but there are no trees to contend with if you can get left.
Exactly.
You see Lisa going for that forehand line. If that's got the height, that should be good.
Yeah.
Green flag, we hear some yas.
Sometimes that's the only way you know, right? If you get claps, then it's good. Oh, that's a really rough spot. And she pitches out, and she's still going to have some work to do to get to that second landing zone.
I will say she is lucky to have been able to like straddle out of the rough there.
Yeah, definitely. See Casey going for this kind of inside gap. Looks like she rolled her wrist a little bit, but it has enough height that it doesn't matter. She lands in the second landing zone, no problem.
Safe spot. And Hannah gets to go through the right side gap that's been cleared for us.
Okay, yeah, she had a lot more room to work than I thought she would.
Right.
Yeah, that was perfectly done. And then you will have this nice sidearm approach into the green.
Yep, she put it on a little bit of hyzer.
Yep, really good height. No chance of being OB short.
Right. Right in the middle.
This played is the hardest hole on the day.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
I can see that. It's the kind of hole where people can like we said, very easily take some big numbers, although it is very birdieable.
A lot of errors can be made. You can see that Casey puts this one high. And with the elevation that we're trying to climb, it's going to be short.
Yeah, that was way too high. You really have to almost throw kind of a line drive, match the slope of the hill if you want to get up here. It's not terribly far. I mean, from the backside of the landing zone where you're at, it's probably, what, 270, 280?
Right. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, which you did that perfectly. You got a little bit of a flip up, pushed it up the hill. But it probably plays, like, from where you were, probably closer to, like, 320.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
right. I found a pair of glasses right there, so if you lost your pair of glasses on this hole, I have them.
Lisa, oh yeah, nice, very nicely done. She's parked.
That was wonderful. And you can see that flag is blowing, kind of a headwind for us.
Yeah, and that can really exacerbate the problems with throwing uphill. You have to throw nose up, and then the headwind, once it gets into that fly plate, is going to try to stall you out. Not a problem for Hannah. Up and down, she'll be able to save her par.
And Casey's able to put it just outside the bullseye after that OB toss. And this is for Hannah's par after she had to pitch out from the rough.
Really great to have a par save look from where she was at, and then of course to execute it. Nice round together by Hannah. I mean, she had those 2 doubles on the back, but her putt looked great. Her forehand scramble shots are looking really good. You can tell she's been putting in the work. And then you clean up an easy birdie, maintaining the lead going into the final day.
Felt good to finish on that strong birdie, executing kind of every shot there. And a good cleanup for Casey. Bogey after going OB. It's she stopped the bleeding. It can be hard to have to potentially rethrow. And a good finish for Lisa.
And you were one of 2 birdies on the day, you and Cadence Burge.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
champion.
I'm looking at the stats here. There were only 8 pars on the day.
Wow.
So I think that's where that came from some people taking some big numbers. That OB getting the better of a few people. And yeah, we got some color on the scorecard today, but you and Hannah each shot 1 over, so you're kind of maintaining distance between one another. Lisa coming in even. Casey, unfortunately, having that really rough stretch through the middle, comes in at 8 over. So we will have Allie Smith at 2 down in the lead on the final day. Hannah Huynh, Lisa Fajkus, and myself, we will round out the feature card. And then we've got quite a few people sitting at that tied 5th on the chase card.
It's gonna be a
battle.
great day tomorrow.
It's going to be fun. I mean, big stroke swings can happen. Nothing's guaranteed. We hope you guys will tune in for the finale tomorrow. Make sure you like and subscribe this video, and we will catch you guys in round 3.
Thank you so much.